Welcome to Trivia on Tap, where we prepare you to win bar trivia and increase your general knowledge. Subscribe for daily trivia videos and comment below with how many answers you got correct. Let's get started with some board games trivia. Which board game was created by Charles Darrow during the Great Depression and was later published by Parker Brothers? A. Risk or B. Clue, or C. Scrabble or D. Monopoly? Correct answer is D. Monopoly. In the game of chess, which piece has the ability to move any number of squares along a rank file or diagonal? Is it A. Bishop, B. Queen, C. King, D. Rook? Choose between bishop, queen, king, or rook. Correct answer is B. Queen. Which board game, also known as draughts, has players jumping over their opponent's pieces to capture them? A. Backgammon, or B. Chess, or C. Monopoly, or D. Checkers? Correct answer is D. Checkers. Which strategy game is played on a 1919 grid and involves placing black and white stones to capture territory? Is it A. Go, B. Tetris, C. Sudoku, D. Chess? Choose between A, B, C, or D. Correct answer is A. Go. In what year was the board game Scrabble first sold commercially? A. 1945, or B. 1952, or C. 1948, or D. 1935? Correct answer is C. 1948. Which classic board game involves solving a murder mystery by deducing the murderer, the weapon, and the location? Is it A. Monopoly, or B. Risk, or C. Chess, or D. Clue? Correct answer is D. Clue. Which board game do players collect and trade resources to build roads, settlements, and cities? Is it A. Catan, or B. Monopoly, or C. Risk, or D. Agricola? Correct answer is A. Catan. Which board game, invented by Alfred Butts, was initially rejected by established game companies before becoming a classic? Is it A. Chess, or B. Monopoly, or C. Clue, or D. Scrabble? Correct answer is D. Scrabble. Which board game, played with a deck of cards and board, involves bidding and trick-taking? Is it A. Bridge, or B. Uno, or C. Poker, or D. Hearts? Correct answer is A. Bridge. In the board game Ticket to Ride, what do players collect to claim railway routes across a map? Is it A. Station markers, or B. Train cards, or C. Track tokens, or D. Locomotive pieces? Correct answer is B. Train cards. Which board game, set in a fictional world, involves players taking on different roles, such as the sheriff, renegade, and outlaws? Is it A. Bang, or B. Deadwood, or C. Sheriff of Nottingham, or D. The Resistance? Correct answer is A. Bang. Which two-player game involves placing colored discs on a 7-column, 6-row vertically suspended grid? Is it A. Battleship, Connect 4, Checkers, or D. Tic-Tac-Toe? Correct answer is B. Connect 4. In the game of Go, what is the term for a group of stones that cannot be captured because it has 2 or more eyes? Is it A. 2 eyes, B. Sacred stones, C. Unseen hand, or D. Double vision? Correct answer is A. 2 eyes. In the game Catan, players can collect and trade 5 resources. Is it option A. Gold, silver, diamond, or option B. Wood, stone, sand, or option C. Iron, coal, water, or option D. Brick, lumber, wool, grain, and ore? Correct answer is D. Brick, lumber, wool, grain, and ore. Who created the game Carcassonne, known for its tile placement mechanics? A. Stefan Feld, or B. Klaus-Jürgen Rede, or C. Uwe Rosenberg, or D. Rainer Knizia? Correct answer is B. Klaus-Jürgen Wrede. What is the name of the game where players attempt to connect 5 stones in a row on a 15 by 15 grid? A. Gomaku, or B. Pentago, or C. Connect 5, or D. Omok? Correct answer is A. Gomoku. Which board game do players form alliances to conquer territories and eliminate opponents? A. Diplomacy or Risk, or C. Cluedo, or D. Monopoly? Correct answer is B. Risk. In the game of Risk, what is the name of the card players collect after successfully conquering a territory? Is it A. Conquest card, or B. Risk card, or C. Territory card, or D. Battle card? Correct answer is B. Risk card. Which board game involves players answering questions from different categories to earn wedges? A. Trivial Pursuit, or B. Scattergories, or C. Monopoly, or D. Scrabble? Correct answer is A. Trivial Pursuit. Which board game set in a haunted mansion involves players exploring and uncovering tiles and events? A. Clue or Mysterium, or C. Mansion of Madness, or D. Betrayal at House on the Hill? Correct answer is D. Betrayal at House on the Hill. Which game, played with a double 6 set, involves matching tiles with the same number of pips? Is it A. Mahjong, or B. Backgammon, or C. Dominoes, or D. Chess? Correct answer is C. Domino. Which game do players strategically place their pieces to form mills and capture opponents' pieces? Is it A. Chess, or B. Checkers, or C. Backgammon, or D. Nine Men's Morris? Correct answer is D. Nine Men's Morris. Which board game, created by Matt Leacock, involves players working together to stop 4 diseases from spreading? Is it A. Cluedo, or B. Pandemic, or C. Risk, or D. Settlers of Catan? Correct answer is B. Pandemic. Which game, designed by Uwe Rosenberg, involves harvesting resources and expanding a farm? Is it A. Agricola, B. Le Havre, C. Catan, or D. Stone Age? Correct answer is A. Agricola. Which board game do players compete to build the best zoo by collecting animal tiles and enclosures? A. Zoopoly, B. Zoo Loretto, C. Animal Adventures, or D. Wildlife Park? Correct answer is B. Zoo Loretto. Question: who invented the board game Ticket to Ride? A. Charles Darrow, or B. Reuben Klamer, or C. Milton Bradley, Alan R. Moon? Correct answer is D. Alan R. Moon. Which board game, designed by Antoine Bauza, involves players building ancient civilizations and wonders? Is it A. Civilization, or B. Catan, or C. Risk, or D. Seven Wonders? Correct answer is D. Seven Wonders. Which game, designed by Alan R. Moon, has players collecting train cards to claim railway routes? Is it A. Ticket to Ride, B. Transamerica, C. Railways of the World, or D. Railroad Tycoon? Correct answer is A. Ticket to Ride. Which board game involves players flicking discs to score points by landing them in specific zones on a board? Is it A. Air hockey, or B. Curling, or C. Go, or D. Crokinole? Correct answer is D. Crokinole. In the game of chess, which piece moves in an L shape? Is it A, queen, or B, rook, or C, pawn, or D, knight? Correct answer is D. Knight. In the game of Settlers of Catan, what is the name of the card players receive when they have the largest army? Is it A, largest army, or B, greatest force, or C, most brave, or D, superior battalion? Correct answer is A, largest army. Which board game created by Donald X. Vaccarino involves building a deck of cards to acquire victory points? Is it A, Pandemic, or B, Catan, or C, Dominion, or D, Ticket to Ride? Correct answer is C, Dominion. Which board game involves players taking on the roles of different races and factions in a quest for galactic dominance? Is it A, Star Wars Rebellion, or B, Twilight Imperium, or C, Risk Star Wars Edition, or D, Settlers of Catan? Correct answer is B, Twilight Imperium. In the game of Pandemic, what role does the player who can treat diseases more effectively have? Is it A, researcher, or B, dispatcher, or C, scientist or medic? Correct answer is D, medic. Which game, designed by Stefan Feld, involves building a medieval city with tiles depicting different buildings and features? Is it A, Kingdom Builder, or B, Agricola, or C, Carcassonne, or D, The Castles of Burgundy? Correct answer is D, The Castles of Burgundy. Thanks for watching. Comment with how many questions you got correct. Should we make the next video have easier or harder problems? Was the difficulty just right? Do you have suggestions for future trivia topics? Don't forget to drop a like and sub if you enjoyed the video.